Hi, my name's Ashley Fowler. I'm a physiotherapist here at Thorpes Physiotherapy, and today we're going to go through some top tips to prevent you from getting those running injuries that we all want to avoid. So now it's lovely weather outside. I know we've been on lockdown for more than 2 months, and a lot of us are out running, and some of us may not be used to running. So these are really important areas that we want to cover today. Now, first and foremost, about 60 to 80% of running injuries are avoidable, and they're from training error. And this can be broken down basically into intrinsic or extrinsic factors. Now, intrinsic factors are things like strength and conditioning, muscle imbalance, or lack of flexibility. And extrinsic factors are other things more like your training program, your training schedule, and the shoes that you wear. So as physiotherapists, we can try and then look at these areas, particularly the areas of weakness. Let's take strength and conditioning as one. So strength and conditioning is often one of the major areas or one of the intrinsic factors that is lacking in runners. We see a lot of different runners with different levels of experience, but a lot of our runners are weekend warriors. So they work hard throughout the week and then they go and do perhaps 2 really long runs at the weekend. The problem is they may not factor in enough time for this all-important strength and conditioning component. And if you have things like a muscle imbalance, for instance, you might have really strong thigh muscles, your quadriceps, but really weak hamstrings. This can put you at risk of a number of injuries, including knee injuries. So here at Thorpes Physiotherapy, we run a program called Run Lab, and this looks at several components, including running gait on a treadmill, but also looks at that all-important strength and conditioning. And it's a battery of tests that looks at strength in all the muscles of the lower limbs, so in the legs all the way down to your feet and ankles. And we then highlight areas of weakness that can be worked upon. Another area, which is something that I think we're all very, very familiar with, is a lack of flexibility. So stretching is really, really key. Stretching post-run is particularly important, and stretching for long enough and to adequate depths to get that muscle length change is really, really key. So this is another thing that we really try and work on here at Thorpes Physiotherapy, and we can guide you on a particular program. And last but not least, we said about training error, it's the running program that you then embark on. Now, if you're new to running, there's some fantastic programs out there, including the NHS Couch to 5K program, which can be found on their website. And also there's a 10% rule, which doesn't work for everyone, but if you're starting out fairly short distances, perhaps 2 to 5K, the 10% rule can be really, really useful. And this is incremental increases in your running for every week or every couple of weeks by 10%. Of course, if you're running ultramarathons, that's not a rule to follow. So there's just a few top tips on how to prevent running injuries. If you want more information, check out our website and check out our Run Lab page for more useful tips and to look to book an appointment.